Well, howdy folks, Richard Gene the Fishing Machine here. Mama Sue Bob Alexander Hosenhauer Helms has got me back out here once again doing a little project for her. I have to do this sometimes. Now, if be good to your woman and she'll be good to you most of the time. But if it cuts into your fishing a little bit, well, sometimes you got to put your fishing pole down, in my opinion. You know, folks, that's what she done to me the other day. See that? She busted me right in the kisser just because I didn't get out here and start this project. However, I'm on the job now. You know, folks, creeks are simply a blast to fish. Of course, I enjoy catching a lot of different species of fish in creeks. And today, I'm going to show you a bait that can catch anything in a creek, anything that swims in a creek. Today, also, I want to show you an easy way to catch a delicious eating panfish. You know, the panfish I'm talking about, folks, is a rock bass, also commonly called a red eye. Now, what I look for in creeks or small rivers are the deeper holes. A lot of times, especially in the summer and the fall, these fish I gang up in these holes like nobody's business, and it'll make them easy to catch. You can enjoy yourself by catching a lot of fish and quick, and sometimes some quality fish. Now, there's a lot of different baits that'll catch red eyes. They're very aggressive fish. They really remind me of its most southern cousin, the warmouth. They're very aggressive. They'll eat crawfish, hellgrammites, small minnows, worms, you name it, these fish eat. Alright, that's enough for today. My goodness, folks. Hey, let's sneak out of here and see what we can do at the creek. Golly, at the geese. Oh, look at that. Look at that geese, ain't that beautiful? This water is a little bit deeper than what I think it is. Let's ease into it. Woo! Even with waders on, I can feel how cold it is. Wading up the current is no doubt the best way to go about it. The fish don't know that you're anywhere around, folks. All the noise is traveling in behind you. So if you can wade up, you'll normally be better off. But what a beautiful, blessed day to be out here. There's a lot of good looking areas right here. I'm just gonna not get real antsy and fish them all, folks, because this is some good looking water right here. So there's no need to fret, because golly, we're gonna come across a big old fish right here in a little bit. There he is. There he is. There he is. Golly. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Y'all won't believe this. Well, y'all will too. The first fish of the day is going to be a giant. I'm talking about. I want y'all to look right here. Now that is a giant, folks. A giant rock bass. That fish right there is close to, oh my goodness, 11 and a half inches, 12 inches long, probably. I don't know, but look, he won't quit fighting. That's the nature of these fish right here. They're mean. Hey man, they're mean. Whew. I've already getting adrenaline. Already getting lots of adrenaline. I thought that was a small jowl. The way he hit that, it was just boom. No doubt about it. I hadn't been here long. Probably I've been wading down through here for about 5 or 6 minutes. And I got bit, missed one, got bit again and caught him. And he's a good rock bass. I said 11 inches or whatever. No, he's probably 10.5 inches long, but it's a good red eye. Good fish to start it off with. And we're going to go ahead and let him go right here. Alright, there he goes. He went up under that rock right there. I don't blame him, he's hiding. I believe that's why they call them rock bass. There went a fish right there. I don't know what it was. Let's talk about it this morning. For the last couple weeks, we've been having lows at night, 51 to 55 degrees, right there in that range. And the highs has been in the lower 80s. That's typical of Tennessee and North Alabama weather this time of the year. What happens this time of the year, when that happens, water temperature in these creeks drop dramatically because the water's so shallow. Even though there's a current, they drop. And a lot of our creeks have springs, like this one right here, that are automatically cold. Even in the summertime, it's pretty painful a lot of times to wade them without waders. I'm going to say the water temperature is probably 65 degrees. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. Maybe a little more than that. I'm not sure, but it's cold. Now, what we're doing is we're looking for smallmouth and big rock bass, obviously. And this is a great bait, which I've used before, but the reason why I use them when I do creek fish or small river fish is because they catch fish. It never fails. I have not failed yet, even in creeks that I didn't know anything about, or rivers. I catch fish, and it'll catch a wide variety of fish, and that's a 3-inch Nico Hellgrammite. Now this color here is black. It's called obsidian, one of my favorite colors. My second favorite is probably the mudbug color, which we may use today, and we may not, because black, especially in the fall, seems to get me more bites. Now what I have, the way I have it rigged up, is this is not fluorocarbon leader. This is a 10-pound test red Cajun mono, which is virtually invisible to the fish. Way back when they come out with this line right here, it was the old-timey fluorocarbon line. Now the reason why I like it in these rocky creeks like we're fishing today in is because it's very abrasive, resistant. It can take a lot of torture when it comes to rubbing up against these rocks. And there's no doubt about it, it is my #1 line for this type of fishing when it comes to rocks and things of that nature. Now in salt water, I love it fishing for, of course this is not salt water, but I'm just trying to tell you how tough this red Cajun mono is. Fishing for sheephead, around barnacles, around columns, this line right here will take a lot of abuse. Fishing for redfish close to oyster bars, this line will take a lot of abuse, and it will take a lot of abuse here on these rocks. Okay, now I'm using 8-pound test braid right here, frost braid, and my connection right there, if y'all can see, is a double uni knot. Now the old timers used to call it a uni to uni knot, But this day and time, most people calls it a double uni knot. It's just two uni knots pulled together. Very, very strong connection when it comes to connecting lines together. And it's very easy to tie. And okay, I got a uni knot right here on the eyelet of this hook. I usually, and y'all know it, tie a loop knot there. But I just went ahead and tied a uni knot to show that it would work. 99% of the time, I've always tied a loop knot, excuse me, on this. I'm thinking about catching some fish, folks, because I believe they're going to bite today. Y'all excuse me. I'm using a Garcia Revo reel right here. Real quick reel. Perfect for this situation. And a medium action 6.5 foot rod. It says medium action, but it's more like in between light action and medium action. That's why I like it for creek fishing. Very light setup right here. Now, if you notice, I don't have a bullet weight right there, but this Hellgrammite is weighted. I have a tungsten weight inserted into it, a nail weight, okay, which I have a video how to put those in Nico products. Nico products is rubbery. I mean, they're very, very tough, and you just don't push a nail weight in them, okay. I'll just go ahead and give you a short deal about it. I take a needle and I'll heat it up and heat it up where it's red hot, poke it in the area, which is in the head area right here, straight in, pull it out, and then push the nail weight in, and then put a little super glue in front of the hole, hold it down to keep that weight from ever wanting to creep out. And I'm going to tell you, that is a perfect way, in my opinion, to fish this bait right here. The reason why is it will come over rocks in these creeks and small rivers a lot easier without getting jammed up and hung up versus a bullet weight. Not to say that I'm never going to use a bullet weight, because I probably will in the future, but so far that's my favorite way to fish it, because it don't never get hung up, folks. Rarely does it, because of the way I have it rigged up. But the thing about it is, it's not a Ned rig presentation. In other words, when it hits the bottom, it don't stand up like a Ned rig would. Say if it had a bullet weight, it would. With an insert, it's weighted right here in this area right here, so it actually sits at about that angle on the bottom, which to me is more natural than straight up. But straight up works well. I mean, there's nothing like a Ned rig presentation, but this is, to me, more natural, so I'm fine with it. I catch a lot of fish with it. So let's quit. I see a fish right there. Now hold on. Golly, one knocked the fire out of it. Let's get over here and catch them, man. I believe we found them. I believe we found some fish. Yep. There's one. We got a fish. Oh man, I'm so tickled. I'm so tickled. And it's a big rock bass. Golly. Look at him. He's dead to the world right now because I thorned him in the upper jaw right there. What, you son of a gun? There he goes. He's fighting now. But that is a big, he fought a little bit, didn't he, folks? This water is super cold. It's super cold, but we have found some fish, finally. It's the way I got him hooked. I got him, well, he wants to fight right now a little bit. I got him hooked right in the top of the mouth and it paralyzed him, is what happened. At least we found some fish. I don't care if they're smallmouth or big rock bass. Anything in this cold water works. But that's not a bad one at all. Let's let him go. Going back. Alright. We're going to focus on that a little bit harder. Right there. What it is, we got a bunch of big rocks right here. And it's kind of like a shoal right in here. And then the deep holes, that's where the deep hole ends. It looks like on down through yonder way is deep. A lot of it down through there, so I'm tickled. That means that they could be a lot of fish packed in here. Let's see what happened right here. Let's just work out Hellgrammites slow. Slow and thorough now. Now that we know we're on fish. There's another bite. He didn't have it though. He just, yeah, just pick. Could be a lot of bluegill over there too. Rock bass, bluegill. There's one. Got him. This is a good one. This is a darn big one, I can tell you right now. Yep. They got slow on me. That's a good one. Good fish. When you're talking about rock bass. Come on in here, boy. Golly, I want y'all to look. Is that not a handsome fish? Beautiful. Beautiful fish. My goodness. They're getting bigger. Absolutely getting bigger. Just let him go. Look how clear that water. And cold. That's cold. I don't see him. I guess he went under this rock right here. That's what that other one did. But these Hellgrammites are something else. The key to fishing these things, in my opinion, is to fish them slow. Hellgrammites, as y'all know, if you've used them alive, they have no action. They move very, very slow. And that's how I would recommend working them, kind of like this. Make a cast. Let her hit the bottom. Okay, it's on the bottom. And just move it, just slide it. Really, really slow. Just like that. I'm not moving that bait over 1.5 inches, 2 inches, something like that. Now sometimes I'll go over the top of a rock. And there's a fish. About the time I got on top of that rock, that fish hit it. So he was under it, come out from under it, and he hit it on the very tip top of that rock. It's another rock bass. And a nice one. Look here. I'm setting the hook too hard. I'm going to tell y'all why. Fishing it. Golly, what a rock bass, folks. Wow. What a rock bass. Golly. Look here. That's a rock bass there. That one right there is close to 11.5, 12 inches long. Folks, that fish is still fighting. Look at him right there. See him? That's a big rock bass. And I found me a rod holder right there. Set up my tripod so we could get so y'all could appreciate how big this fish is. It's a big rock bass, or it is in this part of the country. But that fish, he rested a little bit, now he's starting to fight like crazy. Look at him. He's mad. They got a temper just like a bass. And they're good eating fish. Now, they're not near as good as bluegill to me, or crappie, but they are in between those two. They're good eating fish, in my opinion. He tried his best right there, but that's how I take care of fish. When I set up a tripod, I try to do things quick and efficient. But look there. That is a big, pretty rock bass right there. Let's let him go. He deserves it. I found a hole here. There's fish in it. There's fish in this hole. Oh! Alright. That's a good fish. If the water's a little bit warmer, he could have fought. He's all mad. He's aggravated. He's mad. He's went up under that cloud of sand and silt that I don't know. He's in there somewhere hiding. I think there's one thing to do, and that's catch another. Okay, folks, I want to show y'all something real quick before we get to fishing right here. But because I don't want y'all to miss any fish. Now this hook I'm using is a size 1 owner wide gap hook. Now I find that a size 1 or a 1/0 is big enough for this 3-inch bait right here. Another thing I want to point out is when I rig it, I leave the eyelet exposed just like that to keep. The reason I don't go deeper is I want it exposed like this to keep this offset from causing pressure and kinking the bait. I want the bait very straight like that. That's the best way I know how to explain it. Next thing, when I go through the bait, I will pull the hook up to the bait tight like that and leave that point exposed. I never to expose it because this is rubber. This is rubber. And when we get right here, I'm going to show y'all something about this bait. Okay. When I make a cast, okay, on the fall, those legs quiver. I don't know if y'all can. Let me see if I can make a presentation or two right here where y'all can see that. Alright, there's the. Trying to keep it in view. On the fall, the legs quiver. I don't believe we're going to be able to get that. Let's see. Y'all ain't going to be able to see that. But what it is when I make a cast, all these legs right here, all of them, just like that on the fall. And that's why I believe another reason why this bait is so effective. Plus, you know, a Hellgrammite, our creeks and rivers are full of Hellgrammites. And that's another reason why it's such a great bait. They just cannot resist it, folks. Now, the way I'm working this Hellgrammite, this is a 1/16 of an ounce nail weight that I have in it. It's very, very light. The lighter the better. This is a lazy current, as y'all can see. Now, a lot of times I'll have to use a 1/8 of an ounce. But 1/16 is just going to be perfect for today's fishing. I'm just casting up the current, letting that bait come back to me in a natural way, not working it, overworking it. I'm just keeping up with the bait and jumping those rocks, going over those rocks. That's all you have to do with a Hellgrammite. A Hellgrammite is not an aggressive creature, not at all. There he is. Oh, golly. Oh, my goodness. You talking about, oh, my goodness. This is granddaddy right here. Rock bass. Oh, my. That is a big son of a gun right here. Golly. Come on in here. I want y'all to look. That's the biggest that I've caught so far. Yeah, we're going to take a look at him. That is a big one. Now, I mean a big one. Now, y'all can appreciate the size of that fish. You know, golly, boy. I think that this one is probably a little bit bigger than that other one I showed y'all. I think. I don't know. But when I set the hook, I said, yeah, there's a smallmouth. A couple pound smallmouth. That's what I had in my mind. But he wasn't fighting right. He done that jackhammer type deal. And I know a lot of y'all watching are probably thinking, you know, we got them like crazy up here. But here in this neck of the woods, you know, it's a very special. Let's let him go. It don't matter what species of fish that I catch. I think they're all special. Going back, boy. Look at it. Is it possible to catch one bigger? You never know. One never knows when it comes to the sport of fishing. Those fish is going to be, most of them is going to be positioned on the down current side, folks, of these rocks. Quit. And it really don't matter what type of fish. I mean, all species that do it, they're going to get behind those big boulders to keep from having to fight the current all the time or swim against it. There he goes. And that's just not an opinion, no, that's a fact. Folks, certain elements contribute to peripheral background information, which is coinhibited by irrelevancy. I just wanted to share that with y'all to see what y'all thought. This bait right here, rigging it with a nail weight, I'm going to show y'all the fall if I can. Now, these legs quiver on the fall. They just do like that as it's falling. I hope we can catch that. Can y'all see that? Those longest legs especially are quivering like crazy on the fall. And believe y'all me, those fish can see that. It's just a quick quiver, and I don't know if that camera's picking that up or not. Let's look at it again. I mean, it's just quick and continuous as it's falling, and those fish see that on the fall. That's why a lot of times it don't never get to the bottom. They'll hit it mid-flat a lot of times. They just can't stand it. It's so lifelike. Little bitty movements is key. You can't. Now I'm going to tell you another thing. I'm going to say on this style of bait, this Nico Hellgrammite, you can't work it too slow. You just can't. Any little bitty rod movement will make it look real, look natural. So that's why it's it's just one of those kind of baits that will catch fish, folks. That's the best I can put it. Will catch fish. See, I'm done into another one right there. Golly! Come out there. That fish tried his best to get in the rock. Or he got around something or something. I don't know what happened right there. But rock bass will do that. This is a big one. Golly. Oh my goodness. He almost, look at him, he almost looks like a smallmouth. Like a smallmouth. But he's not. He's just a huge rock bass. See, look here. Golly. That might be the biggest one. I don't know. Let's take a look at him. I don't know. That fish is huge, folks. Golly, boom. I can't get over this. Huge fish. Let's just take a look at him again. It's worth the effort. These are the biggest ones I've ever caught. I mean, I've caught some big ones, but not this many at one time. In this old freezing water. Whoa, the water is freezing. The doggone water is freezing. Big old giants right there, folks. I don't know if there's much difference, and I've shown y'all three. I don't know if we're going to show y'all three, but I've shown y'all three big ones. I don't know if there's a big difference in them or not, but that one right there looks like he could be about the same size as the first one that I caught, which I believe was the biggest. I'm not sure now. I'm getting a little bit confused. You know, it's been a long time since I've caught this many rock bass in one area. It is phenomenal, really. There's no telling how many are down there, really. All right, let's let him go. Oh my goodness, what a fish. You go on. Well, folks, I'm going to let it go. I've got a long walk back to the truck. A long walk. If I hadn't put out just a little bit more effort, I would have never found these deep holes. Didn't know they existed. Not this deep. These holes were absolutely packed full of fish. Another blessing to be out here. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for all the great comments, putting up with me and my opinions when it comes to the sport of fishing. Hey, let me do something a little bit different. Okay, look. Man, we'll do a drillage and now drillage and remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good for you.